haven't made a ZZ video in a while. As you see, I pulled a couple characters. I pulled Ashley out. She's not being built. I pulled S Anby. Do I like the design more than base Anby? No. I mean, you're trading midriff and thighs for like a side boob. And don't get me wrong. That's not like a bad trade. I like the tummy here. I like it a lot. But this just had a superior overall style to me. Regardless of circumstance though, she's okay. For reference, she's running, basically 10 talents for the individuals that I actually use. She has a signature. Her stats are they're bad. 5170, that's it. But regardless, I like ZZ, or at least I like certain characters. In terms of the story, honestly speaking, I think ZZZ has my least favorite story among the 3 Hoyo games. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy that it's way quicker. I am playing through Amphorius in HSR. My God, I want to pull my hair out. But in terms of just the individual cast and crew, I am more in. I like the character designs of ZZZ a lot. I like the animations. I like the comic style. I like the voice acting, though I play in JP now because I cannot stand half of our Hoyo cast of English individuals. But regardless of the circumstance, I think the story itself, I think the bond stories or the hangouts are really weirdly done. In the event that I'm looking at like the wallpapers and stuff, they're okay, whatever, who cares. But in the event that I'm looking at like the stories to unlock them, they're not it. Like if I'm comparing to PGR, to Blue Archive, to Aether Gazer, to Ash Echoes, to really any other game that actually puts effort, even Azure Lane, which just doesn't necessarily have all characters having a bond story or a secretary story, it's still there. The hangouts here are more specifically the DMs. I think they are a step down from HSRs. I liked HSRs off the basis of when I pulled a character after I had done the quest respectively, they would text me at a random for I'd say 3 days individually, and then maybe they would stop. That was nice, cool. I like that. Characters using their own emojis, great. I don't like the emoji style in this game, but that's personal preference. I liked having the characters text me, that was kind of cool. I think the hangouts themselves are hit or miss. Is there an archive here, or do I actually have to go back to random play? Okay, in terms of the video archive itself, I think that I hated personally, I love Nekomata as a character, she's nice, but her bond story, or her agent story I suppose, really had the issue of early Genshin stories, wherein, hey, it's about random NPC rather than the main character that I, played this for. Koleda's, as an example, it was good for like the first 5 minutes, I'll say, but then it became about the school. Now don't get me wrong, I think that compared to Nekomata's, it was better, but it wasn't like, it wasn't on par with, I'd say, Ellen Joe's. I think Ellen had a really great story. Like, it's me, leave a message, wonderful. I think the problem is this came out, post Ellen, so nobody wanted to pull because miHoYo was there. My wish is better, but still great. Beyond that though, I'm obviously excited for Jufufu. I like that character. Cute tiger girl. I'm going all in for her when she releases. I will be essentially dumping all my gems there. Beyond that though, it's okay. Deadly Assault, I don't care too much for. It's there, it's optional, I know. I do it when I remember it exists. Same thing with Shield Defense, but in comparison to everything else, I don't know, it just feels like ZZZ's. And okay, not necessarily it feels like, more so ZZZ is the easiest, is the most fun for the duration of time that you play it, but there's little to do because the combat itself, outside of, the main story stages, or I suppose Shield Defense, it's so quick and it's very samey, and with the current roster of characters, a lot of them don't feel inherently different from playing each other, at least with my roster. Now, I'm excited to see what they're doing going forward, because they did mention they want to put more characters on field, like what we see with Trigger, like what we see with Astriel, and the Aftershock team, but obviously that's not here yet. So hey, I'm interested. I don't want to say, oh yeah, this is the dev crew that listens to most of their fan base, because let's be honest here, every Hoyo game has to a degree listened to their fan base early on. From Genshin, and then we had HSR. HSR had the Genji Could Never with Dr. Ratio and so on, and their Annie was good. And then now we see where that's at now, with a lot of individuals being dissatisfied with it. So this is Z's first Annie. Compared to WW, Z's probably gonna have a really easy time just doing. If ZZ does anything, if they just give an extra 10 pull, people will probably be happier compared to what you did. But I'm intrigued. I like ZZ. I like the characters I pulled. I just don't think it's exceptional. However, would smash Soukaku and Lucy and Piper and Nekomata, Qingyi, Koleda, give me Korin too. I'll take Ellen as well, and Lycan. Either way, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.